Okay. Today we'll be studying doing schedules and exporting schedules from Revit to Excel. Okay. So let's open one of the files that we'll be using. This is a 13-story building. So we'll pretend that we are the documentation team, like we are doing the drawings for a conceptual work. For example, the concept architect, he prepared this model. Okay, and then we'll start doing the schedules, we'll start doing the detailed drawings. Okay, if you notice, this building is created using groups. Just a little bit of review on what you've learned before. These are groups. And mind you, even if the elements like the doors, the windows are in a group, it can still be used as, it can still be read by Revit as separate units when we prepare the schedule. Okay, let me just clean this up. There's a mistake here. I'll go to my north elevation, the group move. I will just align this. Just a little review of what you learned also before. Again, okay, not perfect yet. The important when you have groups and you put them on top of each other is you have to lock them. In this case, I haven't locked it, so that's why it's moving. Okay, or pin it. You can use the pin so it will not move. Okay, so much for that. I will not do for the rest of it. Otherwise, we'll stay here for the next 1 hour. Yeah. Okay, we have only 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, so let's do this quickly. Okay, so this floor should be renamed. This is the ground level. Oh, why? Ah, okay. Sorry. That's okay. I already have ground level and everything. Okay. Yeah, so you can see from ground up to the upper floor, to level 12. Okay, all right. So let's go back to the subject. Our subject today is to create schedule using Revit, and from schedule in Revit, we'll export it to Excel. Let's go to the ground level, the ground floor. Oh, it's a big floor. It's a level 2. So if you can see, this is a simple building. We did not do the partitions yet, but we can see that we have columns and we already have windows. So in this case, we will use this project to create two schedules. One is the window schedule and the second one is the structural column schedule. So you have one part for architectural and one part for structural. Let's start with the window schedule. Let's just have a look at our 3D. Our 3D is looking fine. So if you want to look first at what we have inside, of course you know how to use our section blocks, right? So that's how our building looks like. We've created 3 types of columns. See, on the first 3 floors, we have used the 600 by 750 mm size of column, and on the next, on the level 4, started a little bit smaller, 450 by 600, and on the higher floors, we are using 300 by 450. So you will see those sizes in our schedule. Now let's go to creating a schedule for our windows. Also, you can see that we have several types of windows here. You have this type, that type, and those types. So you will see all those in our schedule. So let's go to the View tab. You can see the View tab right there. View, and you'll have there the schedule. You say Schedule Quantities. Then in the filter list, let's select Architecture for now. And then under Architecture, you will see Window right here. There's Window. There's Window. Okay, you'll see the window schedule. And then click OK. you will see the fields that are available. The fields are the details that are available for each of your window. Let's go to the description, put that in. Let's take course the count, how many are there, description, you can use family and type, and then we need the head height. Let's take the height also. Let's use level. Let's take seal height, maybe width. We need the width. Okay. So if you want to interchange this, let's say the count, you want it to put it at the bottom, you can just use the arrow down and up button. Okay, so that will be at the end of the column. Okay, so that's it. If you have a reference or a link included in your file, you can check the include elements in links. Okay, this is very important. But since we don't have a link to a Revit file, we don't need to check that. This alone is enough. So click OK. So there is your window schedule. Okay, so obviously you can see that assembly description does not have anything yet. Description does not have anything yet because we use only the basic families that are available in Revit. But if you put the description on each of your window, then all of this description will go there. So you have the family type, you have the head heights, of course we're using millimeter, you have the height and the level where it is located. You can see how many windows you have. Okay, of course, it is for the guy who's taking care of the schedules. It is better for him to work on it using Excel, so he can filter, so he can quantify it. So to do that, Revit allows us to export. Revit allows us to export schedule in Revit to an Excel file. So how do we do that? Once you've had the schedule, you go to File, go to Export, then just scroll down here. We have here the reports, and you can say Schedule. Click that, and then save it, let's say in your folder of choice. I'll put it in my folder called YT Tutorials S2, Windows Schedule, and that will be a delimited text file, .txt file. Okay, then you click Save. Here, this is very important. We have to change the field delimiter to comma. Okay, remember that. Then click OK. Now we're done. We can open the same schedule in our Excel. Let's open our Excel. Okay, so open one. Sorry, blank. Then you say File, Open, go to your folder, browse it, I placed it there. Can't see it. Why? Because we're looking at all Excel files. We have to change this to all files. Now you'll see that window schedule. Then click Open. Again, this is important. These are very important steps that you need to take down. You can note it down, or you can memorize it. So we have to choose delimited here because it's a delimited text. Then click Next. And then here we change the delimiters to comma, right? Not tab. Remove tab and click comma. Click Next. And that's how it looks in a preview. Click Finish. You are done. Here you go. You can filter, you can add the total, everything. Obviously, you know that you can take the total of this using simple auto sum, right? So that's how you create a schedule from Revit to Excel. All right. Let's do it for the column. Let's go back to our 3D view. Let's just look at our 3D. I think you know that we can be able to do two column schedules. One is like similar to what we did for Windows, and another one is a graphical. Um, the next option is to create a graphical uh, column schedule where you can see the image itself of the column. Yes, so this is another feature of Revit that is very useful. So first here is you go to our view. You know that you can create a schedule. Let's do first the basic one. Now let's change the filter list to structure. Now you can select structural columns. There is our structural columns. Then click OK. Then you know this already. Description, base level, count, description, let's say length. You can put mark also. You can put weight and volume as well. And important is to have the top level and base level, base and top level. So we can rearrange it. If you want to put the base level here, near the top level, it can go according to your preference. Okay, and click OK. There is your structural column schedule. I think we did not include the count. Okay, so when you forgot to include a certain field here, how do you do it? So you go here to fields, click edit, then you go back there and you can add a few more. Okay, it's already there, the count. And let's say we add comments. Okay, and if we want to move that. There's also a certain thing here about the grid. Where is that? Anyway, all these important things, you can put it here and then you can just delete if you don't need it. Okay. So for example, you are here already and you don't need this because it doesn't have anything. You can just delete that. Okay. There are no comments, you can delete it. There are no weights, you can just delete that. Okay. What we cannot do is to do some steps that we are doing and very familiar with in Excel, like putting on a filter and adding some sums and everything. So that makes it will be easier if you export it to Excel. Okay, so that's one type of column schedule. What is another type of column schedule? Let's go back to our 3D view, schedules. Here you have a graphical column schedule. Okay, let's click that. There's some columns in the project are excluded from the graphical column schedule view. Okay, let's see what that. Where is it now? Is it not coming, Shaban? Where is it, Mr. Shaban? Here, let's go to graphical column schedule. Click on this. Why is it not coming? Is it hidden? Cannot be. Supposed to be here. What happened? Take two. Let's delete this. Let's try again. These are in columns. It's already there, no? Why can't it be included? Let's try again. View, schedules, graphical column schedules. No columns are joined to grid lines. Okay. This is the problem. So we cannot be able to create a graphical column schedule if we don't have a grid line. So in that case, let's create a grid line. I think you already know how to create a grid line, right?
Yeah.
Very easy. Go to the structure tab. We have the grid right there. And let's create a grid from there to here. And then just copy that. Copy. Click multiple. Let's put it there. Because it gives name to the column, right? If we don't have it, we cannot name the column. So let's have another one down there. Yes. So in the schedule that we have created earlier, since we have added these grids, we can include now the name of the columns there. Let's say if it's 1, 6, 2, 7, each of the columns will have a name already. Let's just copy this. Multiple. So let's just change the scale from 1 to 200. Okay, that looks better. Now let's just have a look at what we did earlier on the schedule, the structural column schedule. Now let's see what, see, we have the column location mark. If we add that, let's see what happens. See, we already have it here. You can see 29, 49, 39, 19, and everything. So we know exactly which column it is. You have the level, you have the grid location, right? Now let's go back to our graphical column schedule. There it is. You can see the actual representation.
You are putting the size also now. Size is listed or not?
Which one?
Size for each floor.
Yes, here you can see 4,000. And if you click on that, you can see the size there already.
Cannot be reflected in the table, in the schedule.
This is mainly for the schedule because you already have the other one, right? If you remember, you already have this schedule. So you have your Excel already, and you have your graphical view. Okay. Usually, this is included in structural design. So that's our topic for today.
Very nice.
Okay. So we'll have more in the next few days. Thank you very much.